I've answered your question in the most long-winded way,
No,
but I
no,
think hopefully you got something there.
yes, that was great. It actually leads to another question I have in mind, which is around the client's agency relationship.
Hmm.
How can a client avoid an agency that will not be suitable for them? Either in terms of the right fit culturally or performance wise,
Yeah.
or whether they're just straight up sharks, salespeople that sell a service but don't
Mm.
focus on delivering the service.
Oh, that's such a good question. Um, let's try and answer that. So it's culture, performance, and then like immediate red flags.
Hmm.
Okay, so from a culture perspective, I guess it's important that you have a clear understanding of what you want from your agency. So if you are, I don't know, Specsavers or Speedy, like a massive company, and you are really looking to maintain that, I want to say like hierarchical relationship, and you want to make sure that you have an agency and you are super important to them, probably not good to go to another agency that has 12 of the biggest enterprise clients. Like maybe you do want to go with a smaller agency so that you can, when you ring, they answer.
Hmm.
Alternatively, another way of looking at it is if you're a startup business and it's you and 10 other people and you know you need SEO help and you don't even have an in-house SEO, then it's probably, again, not worth maybe going to the biggest agency in the world because you want to make sure that you are appreciated and that they understand you and you are not just 0.8% of their MRR, but that you grow as they grow. So I think that's important. Also identifying the values of the agency. There's a lot of agencies out there that are doing some great work. Blue Array is doing a lot within the SEO community. Go Up, I think now have really transitioned into like focusing on greener businesses. Viaduct here, we're focusing on supporting underrepresented founders and their allies on search. So like making sure that you align with that is, I think, important.
Hmm.
From a performance perspective, I guess I touched on it there earlier, making sure that they align with what it is that you truly want, understanding if they're asking you the right questions, instead of just going, how many blogs do you want us to write to you? Maybe it's more important to be like, well, how many blogs do you think you should be writing for us? And like,
Right.
like identifying like what is it that these blogs are actually going to lead to? As I said, are they going to lead to downloads of a white paper, or are they going to, what do you want, Mr. and Mrs.
Mm,
Customer? What is the
yeah.
most important thing for you? Making sure that you've got your goals identified and that they're asking the right questions. Um, I think in terms of red flags, immediate red flags, I would look out for anyone who's willing to promise anything. I know that seems like every CEO's dream, an agency that is willing to put their kind of their money where their mouth is. I guess that's really it must be a really cool thing for a CEO. And I'm sorry I can't promise that. I'm still Mrs. Future CEO that I speak to, but unfortunately, we play the game that Google sets us. Google sets the rules. We play the game, and we've understood the handbook better than anyone. Me and you, we've looked through Google guidelines. We keep up to date with Google updates. We try our best to have a really thorough understanding of exactly what Google wants from us, and we help you understand that, and we help execute that for you. But ultimately, if Google tomorrow decides that, hey, alt tags bad, alt tags are bad now for some random reason, then we've got to go out and execute that quickly.
Hmm.
So I think SEO agencies that are over-promising, I think it's also worthwhile to have a look on their LinkedIn. If I'm selling you SEO services and I'm saying, yeah, we can do digital PR for you, we can write content for you, and we can take control of like technical execution and technical SEO, like we can do it for you. Just send me your logins, and you go onto my LinkedIn and you see I have 3 people in the company. That's not great.
No.
I guess you can also no, right? You can also see where where you're getting like where access is being requested from. I think a lot of no, I'm not. They are called agencies, but you will essentially deal with a UK based. If you're a UK business, more often than not, you want to deal with another UK business.
Right.
Quite often, you might deal with the one person that's in the UK, and actually they put all the work and execution offshore. So again, like bearing that in mind, I think is important, and making sure that if you're comfortable with that, cool, that's absolutely fine. It'll probably be cheaper, but bear in mind that that might have certainly might play a role in the quality of work you get back. Looking at case studies is important. So when we kind of present our final proposals to people and we say, yeah, that's our price, that's what we think is going to make the biggest impact for you, we send through case studies, but we also send through like a list of clients and like their phone numbers. We've asked the clients, of course, if that's okay that we share them with them, but we go, hey, don't like trust us or our 5-star Google reviews or our great reviews or wherever, but like go speak to our clients, get the real understanding of what it's like to work with us. And I think those are some key things that clients can do to make sure that they're making the right decision, because you don't want to make the wrong one, right? It's so costly to have to do it all over again, to tarnish your position, your reputation.
Exactly.
It's gross, and
then
I understand why it takes approximately 100 days to make that decision.
Yeah, I was about to say something like that, and then have to go through all of that again with a new agency. And when you do that, it's then a case of you're on the back foot with the agency. You don't quite trust them just yet. The agency has to prove themselves, and that's a shame for the industry as well.
Yeah.
Now,
that's something that we deal with. I think probably every client. They've always been stung in the past. I've never had someone be like, "Oh, I just fired my SEO agency, but they were brilliant. So hopefully you're as good as them. I love you guys already." Never, ever. We're always starting from the ground up. With transparency, it helps.